disciples were out fishing one night, fished all night. If you've ever been fishing all night, you're hungry. They got close to the shore and they began to smell something real good. And Jesus was already there, cooking the breakfast. And he said, come and eat. Come and eat. That's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to feast on God's Word. Come and dine. If I can get to that key. Jesus has tables spread where the saints of God are fed. He invites his chosen people, come and dine. With his man he doth feed and supplies our every need. Oh, 'tis sweet to sup with Jesus all the time. Come and dine, Master calleth, come and dine. You may feast at Jesus' table all the time. We're fat about the dew, and the water into wine. To the hungry go down, come and dine. The disciples came to learn, thus obeyed Christ's command. Our the Master calling to them, come and dine. Thus they found their hearts' desire, fed and fish along the fire. Let them satisfy the hungry every time. Come and dine, Master calleth, come and dine. You may feast at Jesus' table all the time. Be good fat about the two, turn the water into wine. To the hungry call it down, come and dine. Soon the Lamb take his bride to be ever at his side. All the hosts of heaven will assemble be. Oh, 'twill be a glorious sight, all the saints as white as white, and with Jesus they will feast eternally. Come and dine, Master calleth, come and dine. You may feast at Jesus' table all the time. Be fat about the two, turn the water into wine. To the hungry calleth now, come and dine. Number 119. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless, are they white as snow? start, so if I quit you, y'all just go on. We're gonna sing number 285, 285. Okay, if I got that in, I lost my, see. Oh, love surpassing knowledge, oh, grace so full and free. I know that Jesus saves me, and that's enough for me. Oh, that's enough for me. Oh, that's enough for me. I know that Jesus saves me, and that's enough for me. Oh, wonderful salvation from sin, He makes me free. I feel the sweet assurance, and that's enough for me. And that's enough for me. And that's enough for me. I know that Jesus saves me, and that's enough for me. Oh, blood of Christ so precious, poured out on Calvary. I feel the cleansing power, and that's enough for me. And that's enough for me. And that's enough for me. I know that Jesus saves me, and that's enough for me. Miss Joe Hall.
It's good to be back in what I call one of my home churches. I'm blessed to have two, one in Tennessee and one here. I want to thank each and every one of you. Some of you may not know, but when you were praying for a little town in Waverly, Tennessee, that got flooded, that was my hometown. And I have put the newspapers out on the front desk there, if you happen to see those when you came through, of the 20 lives that were lost. Still touches my heart to talk about it. Our town is small, and there were over 600 families who were affected by this. It happened in about 8.5 minutes that 17.5 inches of rain fell in the next little town, come flooding down, and due to the debris and the creeks that EPA won't let us clean out, the water dammed up by a railroad track. And when it broke through, it was like a wave of water that came rushing through. Right behind it, a second wave came. In 8.5 minutes, it destroyed homes, washed them off of foundations. People were caught off guard. I will mention two of them that were affected, but it's such a devastating thing you cannot imagine without being there to see the devastation that has happened in that little town. One of them was, father was talking about, had run to the store real quick and left his 8-year-old and 3-year-old sons there at the house. And it came so quick that he thought sure he had lost his 2 sons. And when he got back, his 8-year-old said, Daddy, I put my little brother up on my shoulders when the water started coming up, so he would be okay. And then a mattress come floating by, and I put him on the mattress, and then I crawled up on the mattress. So those were two of the good blessings that we had of those 2 lives were saved. But if you notice on those pictures, a set of twins, 7 months old. that were washed out of his daddy's arms and lost. And on Saturday night after that, I saw a post on Facebook where he said someone was thanking him for what he was doing despite his loss to help others. And he said, when I lost my babies, it changed my life. I just happened to click on there. Would love for you to come join us at church in the morning. We're small in number, but strong in faith at the church I attend. And we were exhausted from having work. The little 22-year-old minister there, by the way, is staying in an apartment there in my house rather than driving back and forth from Paducah, Kentucky. And he's been working tireless for these 2 months, heading up programs for this. And so he was laying over on the couch exhausted. I was in the chair. I said, I'm not practicing music tonight. I'll just wing it at church in the morning. I'm too tired. And about an hour and a half later, I heard my phone click, and I got a message. We will be there from this man, this young man. And I cannot tell you the feeling that came over me when I said, Brother D, you're not going to realize what's just happened. And I read the message to him. He jumped off of the couch like that, and he said, I know what I'm going to preach on. Well, I grabbed the songbook, and I wanted to sing every song in the book. I was so touched that they were going to come to our little church. They showed up the next morning. They have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old daughter as well. And they had another little child with them from a cousin. And I introduced myself to them because I had not met them. And I invited the children to come back as I teach the little children Sunday school during the service. And she said, well, they're not much on wanting to leave us. So when I got ready to do that, I said, do y'all want to come? They all got up and came back with me. Brother D had gotten the sermon for them, and I had nothing prepared. But I told the preachers I passed by, my heart is so full. I just felt so touched that I was getting to have them in a class. But I knew God would give me the words. And I told them that and I'm sure many of you have heard this too, there's never anything bad happens, there's not good that comes from it. And I talked with them about that and how they had touched our lives last night. I said, you sure got us on the move. But I said, you don't have any idea how many people and how many lives have been touched. How many parents will hug their children a little tighter because they know it could have been their children. How many more people have prayed. And I want to thank each and every one of you who lifted our town up in prayer, that cared for us. And as much as the people cares for our town, and it's still devastating, we've got a long ways to go, and we still need the prayers there. And that family in particular does, but there was 18 others who lost their lives besides those two, another 15-year-old daughter. But it's touched the lives of many people, and God uses us. And just remember that no matter what you're going through, He cares. I sang one verse of this song at my church last Sunday. I normally don't sing, but Linda's done so much for me since we moved here in 16 that she asked me to sing today, and I can't turn her down, so I'm going to try to sing No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. And I also want to thank y'all for praying for my niece, Amber Glover, who was in a bad wreck. God answered our prayers. She has survived that against all odds and is home and in taking rehab now. So continue to remember her in prayer. I would love to tell you what I think of Jesus, since I found in Him a friend so strong and true. I Lord Jesus.